Well, come back to Record Rift, where we unearth the epic stories that shaped our world. Today, we're charging into the heart of 19th century Africa, to the rise of the Zulu Kingdom under the legendary Shaka Zulu. Picture a land of rolling hills and fierce warriors, transformed by one man's vision into a powerhouse that defied empires. Shaka wasn't just a king, he was a revolutionary, forging a nation through military genius, ruthless ambition, and cultural upheaval. How did a young outcast create one of Africa's greatest kingdoms? What made the Zulu so formidable? Over the next 20 minutes, we'll trace the meteoric rise of the Zulu Kingdom, its peak under Shaka, and its enduring legacy. Grab your shield and spear. This is a tale of power and pride. Let's dive in. In the early 19th century, southeastern Africa, now KwaZulu-Natal, was a patchwork of Nguni-speaking tribes, cattle herders and farmers locked in competition for land and resources. This region, lush with grasslands but strained by population growth and drought, was on the brink of change. The Mthethwa and Ndwandwe confederacies dominated, their rivalries fueling small-scale wars. Into this world, around 1787, Shaka Zulu was born to the small Zulu clan, a minor group under Mthethwa. His father, Senzangakona, was a chief, but Shaka's mother, Nandi, was an outsider, making their status precarious. Shaka's childhood was harsh. Mocked as an illegitimate son, he and Nandi faced exile, shaping his resilience and ambition. Raised among the Mthethwa under Chief Dingiswayo, Shaka learned the art of war. Dingiswayo was innovating, uniting tribes through diplomacy and disciplined armies, a model Shaka would later perfect. By the 1810s, the region was in flux, a period historians call Mfikane, the crushing or scattering, as tribes competed for survival. When Senzangakona died in 1816, Shaka, with Dingiswayo's support, seized the Zulu chieftainship at age 29. From this small clan, he would forge a kingdom that shook southern Africa. Blending vision, violence, and unmatched military strategy, Shaka's rise transformed the Zulu from a minor clan into a military juggernaut. His genius lay in revolutionizing warfare. He replaced the traditional long throwing spear with the ikuwa, a short, stabbing spear for close combat, named for the sound it made when thrust. He redesigned shields, making them larger and stronger, and trained warriors to fight in tight formations. Shaka introduced the buffalo horns tactic. A central force, or chest, engaged the enemy, while horns flanked from both sides, encircling opponents. This strategy, honed through relentless drills, made the Zulu army devastatingly effective. Shaka also restructured society. He organized men into age-based regiments, or amabutho, fostering loyalty to the king over clans. Women contributed as farmers and spies, while young boys carried supplies. Shaka's discipline was brutal. Cowardice or failure meant death, but it created a fiercely loyal force. He expanded the Zulu by absorbing conquered tribes, offering survivors a choice: join or perish. By 1820, after defeating the Ndwandwe at the Battle of Mlatu's River, Shaka's Zulu dominated the region. His army, perhaps 20,000 strong, controlled a growing territory, extracting tribute in cattle and labor. Shaka's reforms weren't just military. They reshaped Zulu identity, forging a nation through strength and fear. By the mid-1820s, the Zulu Kingdom was a powerhouse, its influence stretching across modern-day South Africa. Shaka's capital, Bulawayo, bustled with warriors, advisors, and envoys from neighboring tribes. The Zulu economy thrived on cattle, a symbol of wealth, and trade with groups like the Portuguese in Mozambique. Shaka's reputation as a near-mythical figure spread. Some saw him as a god, others a tyrant. His court was a blend of ceremony and terror, with elaborate dances and executions reinforcing his authority. Stories of his cruelty, like killing followers for minor offenses, grew, though some were exaggerated by later European accounts. The Mfikane intensified under Shaka as displaced tribes like the Ndebele and Ngoni fled, sparking wars across southern Africa. This upheaval, partly driven by Zulu expansion, reshaped the region, creating new kingdoms and scattering populations. Shaka's diplomacy was pragmatic. He sought trade with British settlers at Port Natal, modern Durban, but distrusted their intentions. His ambition grew, with plans to expand further, but internal tensions brewed. The constant wars exhausted his people, and his harsh rule alienated even loyal followers. Shaka's mother, Nandi, died in 1827, triggering a period of intense mourning that some historians say unhinged him, leading to purges that weakened his inner circle. Shaka's reign ended abruptly in 1828. His half-brothers, Dingaan and Mlangana, resentful of his tyranny, assassinated him at his kraal, stabbing him with spears. Dingaan became king, inheriting a powerful but strained kingdom. The Zulu remained formidable, defeating Boer settlers at the Battle of Blood River in 1838, but internal divisions and external pressures mounted. British colonization, formalized by the annexation of Natal in 1843, eroded Zulu autonomy. By 1879, the Anglo-Zulu War culminated in Britain's victory at Ulundi, dismantling the kingdom's independence, though Zulu culture endured. Shaka's death didn't erase his impact. His military innovations influenced African warfare, and the Zulu Kingdom's centralized structure inspired later states. The Mfecane reshaped southern Africa's demographics, creating new nations like Lesotho and Eswatini. Shaka's legacy is complex, celebrated as a unifier, criticized as a despot. Oral traditions and European accounts, like those of trader Nathaniel Isaacs, paint him as both visionary and brutal. The Zulu Kingdom's brief but intense rise showed Africa's capacity for state-building, challenging colonial stereotypes of savagery. The rise of the Zulu Kingdom under Shaka Zulu remains one of Africa's greatest epics. It proved that indigenous African societies could forge powerful, organized states rivaling any in the world. Shaka's military tactics, like the buffalo horns, are studied today, and his centralized rule foreshadowed modern nation-states. Zulu culture, its language, traditions, and pride, thrives in South Africa, with events like the annual Reed Dance celebrating its heritage. Yet, the Mfecane's disruptions and Shaka's ruthlessness left scars, debated by historians like Julian Cobbing, who question its causes. The Zulu story challenges us to rethink African history before colonialism, highlighting resilience and innovation. It also warns the costs of unchecked power. Shaka's legend, immortalized in stories, films, and even TV series like Shaka Zulu, continues to inspire and provoke. The Zulu Kingdom's rise was a beacon of African power. Its fall a reminder of history's relentless tides. That's the electrifying saga of the Zulu Kingdom and Shaka Zulu, a tale of triumph, terror, and transformation. What do you think? Was Shaka a hero who built a nation or a tyrant who sowed chaos? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and tell us what African epic you want us to explore next on Record Rift. If this journey through Zulu power fired you up, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell to join our quest through history. Until next time, keep uncovering the rifts that shape our past. This is Record Rift, signing off.